Hello everyone. In my introduction video to this channel, I talked about these videos will be about sailing trailable keelboats. Well, a call from a sailing friend changed things for the next two videos by me going to the dark side. My friend had gone to the dark side a number of years ago, but was in need of extra help for a family member. So these two videos is about moving a power cruiser from the Narragansett Bay in Rhode Island to the upper end of the Chesapeake Bay, a distance of 360 nautical miles by water through New York City. The boat owner is new to boating in big waters at this scale and in need of physical help as well as general marine knowledge that the two of us hope to provide. I have found over the past 30 years that when going to different waters and boats, even sailboats, that many new things are always learned in the boating world. So I will try to explain all of the things we ran into on this boating trip. So come on down to the dock and join the three of us on this adventure. I drove 50 miles south to my friend's home, and his wife drove the two of us to the railroad station in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, 150 miles. We rode the Amtrak train to Philadelphia, 100 miles, and transferred to a train running from Washington, D.C. to Wickford, Rhode Island, and Boston, 300 miles. Starting the next morning, we got the boat ready, checking the engine's oil and other fluids, and installing the anchor on the bow pulpit for instant deployment in case of an emergency. Wickford, Rhode Island is on the western shore of the Narragansett Bay and about 10 miles from the Atlantic Ocean. There we beat into a southerly wind and the ocean swells. We turned west towards Long Island Sound. At first we didn't have much wind in the morning, but in the afternoon, as happens with all sailors, we were again beating into a 15-mile-per-hour wind out of the east, blowing the whole length of the sound. Sometimes we would take on some spray in the face at the upper open helm location. Also, the starboard diesel engine would run a little hot at about 2,000 RPMs and 12.5 knots. So a little over 1,900 RPMs kept the engine temperature in an acceptable range. Motoring 10 hours, making it to New Haven, Connecticut, the first day, approximately 100 miles. We thought we could take on some fuel at a larger city directly facing the Sound and the ocean. We were wrong. We did use the head pump-out station when we realized we'd missed that upon leaving the boat's home port. And then we discovered the head would not flush into the emptied holding tank. Meet Rob, the third owner of this boat. His new-to-him boat was built in Taiwan in 1987 by Symbol Boats with a special modifications of removing the rear bedroom to keep the stern open for big-time game fishing. The boat came with rod holders all over the stern, two 30-foot double spreader outriggers, and a fighting chair replaces the round stern table shown in this video. Twin 320 horsepower Caterpillar diesels and a separate diesel generator. Sleeps 8 with one head and shower. Front cabin windows were removed for rough ocean use, which means only one helm station. Outside, open to the weather. Meet Dennis, my old sailing buddy. I first met Dennis on my dock 24 years ago. where his wife was holding a 3-month-old baby in her arms. They were starting out with a 19-foot sailboat. Under this bridge, the Trawler Bridge, sits the New York State SUNY Maritime College, where this 3-month-old baby I just talked about graduated and accepted a officer's commission in the United States Coast Guard. Near the other end of this bridge, at Kings Point, is the United States Merchant Marine Academy. This is the Bronx Whitestone Bridge, and next to it is Trump's golf links at Ferry Point.
Brown, White Dome, that's the baseball stadium for the Mets.
Going past Citi Field, Mets baseball stadium. 2 years ago, I attended a Mets Pirate game there with my daughter-in-law and my first grandchild. My son was given complimentary tickets by a contractor. Going by Rikers Island, New York City's main jail complex. 400 acres and a population of 11,000. On the other side of the river is the Bain Maritime Facility for overcrowding Rikers Island. Notorious Hell's Gate by boat.
We're gonna die.
Name dates back to the Dutch colonial period when it was known as Hell's Channel, a narrow and treacherous strait of water connecting Long Island Sound to the East River. Sailboats can only safely go through this channel during high and low tide times because of water current issues. Being on a powerboat with over twice the speed of a sailboat, we have no problems. Also, it is high tide, which lessens the extra movement of the water.
Yeah, we're actually right at Hell's Gate right now. I was skippering, but
That's the Harlem River coming in, so we want to follow these boats.
I told him, you want to go through Hell's Gate? No. Yep, this would be Hell's Gate. Look at that cricket curve. Yeah. Oh, beautiful. It's hot. It's actually really calm. We have a lot of wind and waves.
plastic bottle. You're okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's, it's just it's something that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, don't pass this sailboat until we get down to that bridge. Give him all the room.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you ought to see this freaking car. Holy
Yeah.
crap.
Don't pass him. Don't throw the wake over him. He's fighting bad enough.
I've seen some turn in the bank. This is ridiculous.
See, now we're almost out of it. It's now being funneled so it's not swirling around.
Yeah, I can imagine the Empire State Building. We got 6 o'clock, right?
I think we're out of it now.
Yeah, yes, I told you you would be.
Definitely a little easier to steer.
Yeah, this is called Roosevelt Island. You could have went around either side. The UN building's up here.
The president's here.
They won't close. He's got COVID, so what? Well, if the president or UN's in session, sometimes they close this and you have to go around the other side. Yeah. Well, we could say we did have the gate down. Okay, we're off the gate.
All right, taking this barge on the right.
Yeah. Photo of us taken by my son near the UN building. When we were entering Hell's Gate, I phoned my son, who works in Manhattan. He texted me that he was in Queens, on the other side of the river from Manhattan, that when we are at the UN building and see a large Pepsi Cola sign, to wait. He was in a building near that sign. Brooklyn. I forget what the other one is here.
That's a Manhattan Bridge.
Oh, Manhattan, yeah. The Brooklyn Bridge and local stone. A mile from my home on the way to town is a sandstone quarry closed in the 50s, reopened around 2002, where single blocks of sandstone weighing 40 tons each are shipped to New York for upgrading this bridge. Stone from a quarry behind my home was used to build the steps to the Philadelphia Museum of Arts, where Rocky runs up in the movie. building right behind the stone building here in front of us. It's to the right of the tower. Yeah, it's white and with blue. That's the hotel that Andy worked on.
And then there's a marina
In behind Ellis Island.
right over there.